Anna entry frags that really started to put him on the map. So I want to see more out of Madden, and he is incredibly important for this FPX side.
He is that. Thank you so much, gentlemen. It's G2 versus FPX on our last BO1 of the evening for the EU Fall RMR. Of course, the Intel Extreme Masters right there in the front. Take it away, Chad and Alex.
Cheers, fella. Yeah, we're getting into it. Last one of the day. FPX. We saw Stico just take to Twitter saying it's all or nothing today against G2. And yeah, their campaign, it's been up and down, and of course discussed by the boys at the desk there, just reshaping a lot of their strategies and playbooks. See how it interacts with G2 today. The highest rated player of the entire tournament up against them, and it isn't Nico.
Yeah,
it's his cousin.
It's good to see Hunter having some carry level performances. It'd be great if they could both do it at the same time, go Super Saiyan. But here we go. It looks like we're going to have a bit of action towards top B. Maiden, he's pretty sharp. Oh, but Nico's sharper, apparently. Flash on over. The peek's going to come in. Zen needs the trade.
Oh, so hard to track, and he can't find a second. He can. 2 bullets left in the clip, but he does stabilize the aim and takes the whole Kovac cousin pair out of the equation. 3 on 3, and still 60 seconds. Now, they left the bomb way back towards T-Stairs. They have Amanek probing towards the app side, the extremities of Inferno.
One of the good things, I suppose, with the T side of Inferno means Amanek's not going to need to find too much AWP impact, right? So that's actually a positive here when we know that those woes can crop up for G2. But you're right, they still hold on to a lot of map territory. They've been able to get some space to work with, and a bucket load of utility on the belt of Nexa here. Smoke and flashes galore. Could just be the standard Moto smoke with flashes over towards Pit. And the player they have to deal with is Emmy, who could drop a smoke at his own feet. You see, he has one on his belt, ready to deploy at the bike.
Amanek, gonna have to deal with Pit. Emmy did swallow that flash. Stico, great supporting taps there, and he's got Jax locked into the mini pit as well. Emmy going hunting. Jax, Glock v USP. Oh, they know where you are now, and they should be able to finish the job. Stico's done a lot with this. Just needs to find that final bullet. 8 seconds. They've delayed them so much. There's no hope for Nexa now. No time. 3 seconds, no hope, and that one is by virtue of the clock. Farley doesn't even need to do anything. He goes down after time, but all good in the hood. 1-0, FPX find themselves a pistol.
Yeah, a bit of a rough one there for Nexa, right? He didn't die, so he doesn't get any loss bonus, and another problem was he didn't have any armor because he had that utility. So that one is, at least Nexa had the kill, so he gets bolstered with the cash there, but this Moto smoke coming in late, the kills had already gone on down, slowed on out, and a great recovery from FPX considering how this one started. But it won't even be the buyback from G2, keeping it very conservative. Nico with the Deagle, Nexa with the carried across USP, and one flash to work with here. So FPX, they've decided to go with SMGs aplenty. 4 MP9s, 3 MP9s.
Oof. Oh, Lord.
2 MP9s.
Nico, leave them alone. Why you bully them? That was really, really close. He's trimmed the ear hair of Stico and actually so ready for more. They keep bringing the fight to them, and Hunter is not relenting. He wants revenge for his fallen comrade. Brah. Only Farley. They are all grouped up, and a great little dink into Hunter.
So dicey.
Yeah, very dicey. If they could just swing out together and convert, Hunter is his first victim, and it's by no means a guarantee. Amanek's only working with a naked Glock, but what a turnaround. What a response. Nico with his Deagle, and there's G2 straight back on the board.
That was the only investment. Right, that was the only investment.
Let's see it again.
This was huge.
He sees him jumping for info,
Bang.
Knocks Maiden's brain across the wall, and then this one, bang!
Great stuff.
Yeah, and then they just continue to run with that momentum, right? Nico sets such a high pace. FPX are just kind of tripping over their shoelaces trying to pick up what he's left off. Oh, I mean, you'd go from the celebrations of the pistol straight back to swallowing your pride and forced by it is going to be Deagles and a Scout. This is suddenly G2's game. They've got AKs aplenty, even an M4 recovered for good measure.
Those little microtransactions mid-round for the utility being dropped to teammates is always quite cool to see. Catches me off guard every time.
Yeah,
still getting used to that.
Easy to forget about. It's not so prominent, not as of yet. But
he's in executioner mode today, everybody.
He is.
I don't know if you've all been keeping up with Nico since his return from the break. He came back looking like he wanted to win. The rest of the team, I think they were still on holidays for the first 2 events. That was EPO and then Blast. But Nico has been a beast, and it's great that Hunter is here in the RMR.
Joining him.
So with the 2 of those finding traction, it almost would be enough for these guys to be absolute monsters. these were the individuals who you thought were going to be the workhorses of the team anyway, right? They were the bigger fraggers before. I think question marks around Amanek doing that more supportive AWP role. It can be jarring at times, but other times he can look a little bit lost. Jax has good games and bad games, and the Nex are a very influx in-game leader. So the two who have to stand tall time and time again are the Cousins. And, well, with one kill, they're going to get their second round here. This is a great little start for them on the T side of Inferno. Now, I do believe NIP we're very happy with Fiend. They beat Double Pony if you were keeping up with the storylines of the previous game. Fiend won 16-5, so I do believe that means NIP are qualified for the major now. Great stuff for them. And
great stuff for Swedish Counter-Strike fans as well. I mean, it's a stone's throw away for anyone in Sweden. They'll be able to see the ninjas in pajamas in the Globe or the Avicii Arena.
I'm doing a lot of thinking right now. If FaZe don't make it, FaZe just got across the line against Skade, so their hopes are still in there now. Oof. Yeah, NIP might be the only Swedish representation because Olof's over there on FaZe, right? Fnatic can't make it. I think Dignitas unlikely now as well.
Yeah, well, they can play spoiler as well.
Vitality.
Against Vitality.
Right.
If they take Vitality tomorrow, everything is up.
It's spicy, isn't it?
It's so spicy. Okay. Yeah, Vitality could be third if they win. Farley boosted up. He's sticking around, and it's hard shots to hit, but tries to knock the beret off of Nico. He's not having any of that.
I wonder if we're just going to take one entry kill and we're done again here. Because in a situation like this, you do want to fight for it, FPX. We know they're going to buy in the next round, but maybe they want to go, oh, we'll hold on to the armor. You know, teams they like to make those budget-type decisions, thinking about their back pocket. There it is, even more utility being lobbed across between teammates. So
it suggests Nex is going somewhere, doesn't it?
Yeah, and this was one of the thoughts we had. If you want to do something a bit more aggressive, you leave your utility behind. If you're going for space and you expect to return. Well, he sends him back. Flash would be good here to take control. Up he goes with the MP9. Boiler call clear. And Sneeko with the shot in the side of the head. Okay.
I'll leave your ears ringing, and it has forced a bit of a rotation too. Make it 3 members of FPX rotating off now. I wonder if Nico goes for a walkabout. They've got so much time for this. Farley sticking around. I think the absence of a commitment on A will get Maiden floating back as well. He's thinking about dropping that smoke now. It's all about timing on this one. So if he tries to sell this B, no one from FPX is moving.
Oh, I hate this for G2. They're going out apartments, Alex. Into the pit crossfire.
Into the pit crossfire. Yeah, this could go awry. And with 20 seconds left, the clock is their worst enemy. Chad Hunter's bailed them out. Zen's still there. Issues. Big issues. Okay. Recovered, I think. Only Emmy. Yeah, he's down as well. That is a plant just about. Could have fallen apart in the same way the pistol did.
It's such a hard call. Like, even back in my day, you never wanted to go apartments or up shore on an anti-eco. It was always more preferential to try and go around the long side just to use the range of your rifles there. So I've witnessed many a times and had many sleepless nights going up in those areas and losing rounds that you should win, but avoided. And G2 secured their third with a bang, a Hunter into Farley's dome. And that one's a great round to conclude, considering how close it could have gotten. The buy is going to be coming on out here. We won't be seeing Farley, the danger man, with the purchase of the AWP a little while longer. But good work from Jax to mop that up. Buddy-buddy combo. I think they might do a buddy movie, actually, Jax and Hunter, with quite the relationship. We got the coach Malik in the back, directly behind Nex. They just caught a glimpse of him, giving a fist bump to Jerome, who's been part of the French Counter-Strike team for longer than a lot of these players, to be fair. But here we go, boost on up on the porch for Zen. And a standard 2-3 split of the defenses for FPX. Nothing outside of the box. It is a very heavy lean over towards the short side, which does leave long susceptible here, but G2 don't know that. They'll have to start combing through the map to get this information. The double peek. The app's clear, and now Banana.
Feeling the scrutiny.
Oh, he's pinned, but I think he's going to get out of here, actually. Safe passage. No. The re-peek there was interesting. Well, he gets a kill, and they're able to level things out. But I feel like that favors G2 a little bit more so here. Being quite stubborn with the utility. Smoke's only being dropped out now from FPX. They have 3 left, Alex.
Yeah, this could go really well for them. I mean, it does depend on whether or not Farley's look mid here goes into Amanek's crosshair. And oh, he's walking in. Oh, Amanek ready for it. Issues on this A defense. Sneeko could be caught in this transitional period, and he is. Oh, and spotting Zen, late to react. This is over for the FPX boys. And bleak outlook in terms of being their first gun round.
Yeah, this is not starting as they hope to go on. Emmy going to want to save over towards B, but Jax is already starting to work on the flank up through Banana right now, so they're tightening the noose around Emmy's position. Hunter's a little bit low to force the issue over towards that arch side, so it really is just on Jax on this chase. Now, I'm sure his marching orders are more to contain than actually take the rifle away. But I say that, and he starts to leer on in. Quite an aggressive hunt now from Jax. The bomb over halfway gone. We've got about 10 to 15 seconds left before the round expires.
I think
he might actually get him.
He's got enough time.
Yeah, because once the bomb goes off, he usually will start running with that sound. Here we go. Kablamo. Oh, spotted. Oh, Jax. Denied. Emmy's gone. One bullet to the head, and now it is horrible. That's everything taken away from them. Huh.
Timeout immediately called.
Yeah, that one hurts a lot.
And I think it's worth recapping how FPX have done so far. Some tough losses, some really tough losses. Copenhagen Flames taking them down, Big Clan taking them down. But then you sandwich that with a really impressive and surprising result up against Mouse Sports. So they've taken down the big dog. We've heard from FPX that they do prefer to play and they find the higher level teams to be more predictable and to favor them a little more. Now that would imply that G2 should be right in their wheelhouse. We'll find out if they've got any resistance. We do see them condemned to 3K. They'll go for a light buy. It's going to be some Kevlar vests, a couple of sidearms of their choosing, and just about 3, make it 4 nades in total. 3 lean B early. Jax to be contested. He's ahead of the molly here, Maiden, and that CZ works perfectly in this angle. Wow, perfectly indeed. The molly hasn't spread either, so he's got the element of surprise here, and that could lead to some trouble. Anti-flash, Jax is dead. No possible trade. Nico has found it just as his vision's restored, despite Farley throwing out the flash. Unfortunately, you kind of needed a bit more from that. Seems like you're asking a lot of Maiden, but his issues are only going to get worse now.
Yeah, you'd love to get Emmy on the board here as well at some point. Currently 0 and 6. But if they can just keep this clean, this is kind of by the book so far for G2. Only one round where you think things might be getting out of control. I'm just going to send that pointy Nico in first. Snappy little P250 there from Farley. But that shouldn't deter G2 too much here. They can continue with the space, and when one cousin goes down, the next will fill his shoes. The util is following here, and Farley, you're under a lot of pressure, mate. The P250, it ain't bad, but I don't know if it's good enough for this kind of a environment.
Yeah, I don't fancy his chances here. Ooh, oh, great dink. He lived, he delayed, he killed one, dinked another. G2 aren't rushing this plant, and there's no reason to. Ooh, on the glance, there's a timing window now where Zen, could have, doesn't. He's recovered an AK at the bare minimum. The flash is
great
perfect.
flash.
Flash is perfect. It's like typically a CT flash, but not bad for re-aggressing onto that banana position in that post plant. 15 points of health. Not much fun for Stiko to be had here.
Yeah, maybe he gets another kill. A little bit more financial damage, but Jax is already 9.9. Amanek and Hunter above that 7K mark for both of them. They're going to get the round win bonus here as well. And they even get themselves the frag. So Stiko falls 5-1. Scores on the doors. And this is a really good start from G2. Right? I don't think they'll get to a point where we see them let themselves off the leash and start going gnarly with aggression and running all over the shop. I think they'll just continue to play for their lives here, right? Like an absolute clinic. And this is great because they're going through the paces. The individuals are showing up where they need to. It's actually a pretty even kill distribution right now. 7 for Jax, 5 apiece for Nico, Hunter, and Nexa, and Amanek with 4. So everybody with some frags early in this one. Jax holding up the flash here to help assist this banana. Nico calls for it. Jax will flash on over. That's actually a teammate's molly behind him, I think. Or is it? It looked like it was. Carmolly coming out. Nade is great. Madden goes down to 63 there, and he's surged forward, so he's going to be trapped on over towards the sandbag position, but in the back and forth rally of utility and banana, Madden does get the better of them here. And even jump spotting for some info. So, oh, flashed off. Now the pressure's coming. Really needs to evacuate, but I think they're both going to stand tall at Sandbag, you know?
Yeah, see how far this gets them. Nexa doesn't have a flash, won't be able to set them up for this. So the boost, info safely gathered. What is he up to? Nico does peek in, confirms Maiden's there, tries to smoke himself out of trouble, and damn.
That's over.
It's over. I was just taking a quick look at the group to remind myself, and I think...
Oh, there's a huge gap in that.
There is an issue potentially. And Farley Zorb, unlikely to commit. Stico has gone forward of this.
Bombs across. You don't need to peek that now. Just get it down and wait. That should be crisis averted. That was the only moment. The only thing I worried about. Sorry, you were saying about the group? Yeah, well, it's just the thing that kind of has probably inspired G2 to come in as hot as they have into this, is the fact that Copenhagen Flames did take down not only FPX, but Aura and G2. Yeah. That loss to G2, of course, haunting them. Now, yet to see Copenhagen Flames fall. The question is, they've got the two hardest opponents up next, other than G2. You've got Mouse and Big. If they were to cause another upset in the same way they did by picking up G2, G2 are going to have to work hard for that second spot. Mouse Sports are nipping at your heels. You know, it's not going to be a guarantee to get through to those playoffs. Yeah, these groups, they're very muddy going into tomorrow.
Muddy's a great word for it.
It's going to be hard to determine. I think we may have more of those MR3 overtime deciders, but let's just wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, with round robin, it's probably best.
Yeah,
usually
there's so many. I think if you guys follow Striker on Twitter, you'll see that he tweeted out the options that are available for Group B. I think it was. There's like 8 of them, like 8 different scenarios here. But just on this round, right? You see Nico going for that maneuver. This is prep work. They know exactly what type of holds FPX like, right? He wouldn't be going for such a crazy little hop like that unless they're aware that a play like that could come on in. Because you're right, there wasn't a flash. They could have mollied it. There was a few options here, but back underway we go. The rifles are back out. Farley immediately mollied out of position. That was... Alex, do you see where that landed?
That's such a perfect molly for that.
Exactly for that boost that they like to do. We've seen them do that before.
Just as you were discussing how they've done some prep work.
And now they're going up.
Completely denies the power position Farley tried to adopt. Deep flash does deny. What are they up to? 3 of them strafing around the long corner. They are not relenting. Stico's under so much pressure now, and he's already got 10 HP and an AWP. What's he supposed to do? Aggressive pre-fire, and Farley only the one. Damn, G2 have lost Nexa. Emmy looking for his first. Maiden partnered up with him. It's a 2-on-2. This retake takes shape. Maiden from short, Hunter low. A nice dink from Emmy, still in pursuit of drawing that first blood. Loud about this. Maiden coming in from short. He doesn't know if the pit is clear. They're doubled up on the site, and this is the double swing. Emmy looking for blood, doesn't get anything, but Maiden can clutch up. It's all onto Hunter so low. Oh no, Hunter doesn't care. He finds the head regardless of the low HP, and G2 extend their lead. 7 already in just 8 rounds of play. Hunter, you better... Oh. Yeah, wow. The first bullet out of his weapon, it is straight to the dome. Maiden had a millisecond longer to adjust. Could very well have been FPX's second. It hasn't stopped them, of course. Max loss bonus, we do whip out those cheaper M4s. You got all the nades you could possibly desire. Admittedly not for Maiden, but...
You see the benefit of the save. Oh, hold up a second.
Ooh.
Never mind, don't hold up. You see the benefit of the save here facilitating another buy, but you're not getting rounds. So it's great that you have guns and you can seem competitive, but it doesn't seem like it matters either way here. And I want to remind everybody while Alex was talking about this group, we do have Mouse Sports, FPX, Big, and G2 all in this group, all of which have more than 722 points. And what that means is all of which only required a top 11 placing. Now, the problem is only the top 3 of this group are able to achieve a potential top 11 placing. So one of those 3 names, FPX, Big, Mouse Sports, or G2 will not be able to achieve that, which means the major gets less and less likely, doesn't it? It's going to come down to the minutiae, those little details. Here we go, it's a BXX straight on.
Good catch, a bit of damage from Stico. Jax tucked into first, and Emmy's still struggling to find it. There it is, Jax is down. Being swung on, will fall. Great work from Stico. He's done a lot of the dirty work here for FPX to at least get the round competitive. Farley,
safe plant.
Firing off warning shots. It's the end of him. Arm and neck. Breaks his neck. Zen Bit of a clutch master at times for FPX. What have you got for us today? He's got the util for Nubox. He's going to nade him first. Nico down to 38, and that molly is perfect. But that's not so great. Oh, Nico saves it in the flames. 20 HP separating Zen from the 1v2. Such great use of util, finding Amanek as well. Oh, that's a couple of opportunities have gone awry for FPX.
They're close rounds, aren't they?
Oh, man.
Yeah, you take a look at the last 4 rounds in a row here. 2 players, 2 players, 1 player, 1 player. So it's been super, super close for FPX.
Just can't crack that nut.
And this is becoming a real drama now because the half is won. FPX without any saves mean we will see just the pistol upgrade, but maybe that's what they need. It might make them a little bit more aggressive just with these pistols in their hand. We might see something a little bit funkier coming out of them here as we go back to business as usual. The banana control, the second mid control, the default spread from G2. How much more flak damage do they want to concede? Nades towards logs. Nobody home. $600 down the gurgler. Still have a few smokes to work with here for the FPX boys. Madden's been sent on an adventure back over towards the A side of the map. That will leave a lot of pressure on Emmy. Did find his first kill in the last round. You'd love to see him get a couple more if they do test his bomb site, but it's going to be quite the heavy presence over towards middle here. And as they start setting up for the mid pincer, G2 start working back towards banana here, so swings and roundabouts.
I mean, the Eagles are close range.
Well, this range, it should be fine, especially into the boiler position.
It still counts for just 2 to the center of mass. Not to be today. Not to be today.
Nico takes a little bit of action on B, and then everyone just dies at A. Everybody just dies at A. Look at this. Come on.
Who's next?
Can you come? Everyone can get some if they want it. How is that clean? It shouldn't have been clean. They were walking into the mid stack and they were able to pull that one off. But this is the G2 that we want to love.
Elaborate.
Well, we don't often get this G2. We get the 0-5 in EPL G2.
That one.
Right? We get the G2 that doesn't defuse bombs. You know, the one that where the memes are on. I'm sure you guys on Twitter love that G2. But the one here that has Nico in great form really should be giving us a little bit more. They were in the grand final of IEM Cologne, the last LAN we had.
The last opponent for G2 is Mouse Sports. Oh, Lord almighty. That could
get wild tomorrow.
It's going to get wild tomorrow. Because, I mean, Mouse haven't had, like, a completely perfect run either. Their slip up against FPX, as we discussed.
Oh, the spam's not far off here. Hunter, careful now.
Oh, he still wins his duel. Farley, they know you're there. Nice find, nice find. Hunter gets a bit greedy. And this is looking better. Maiden.
Have to win this
He
one.
loves the sandbags, does Maiden. And the backs are turned. You'll get them both. Oh, this is falling apart for G2. Okay. Chad with the caster curse. Perfectly timed. There's some resistance. But certainly no lack of funds for them. I doubt we'll see the T-side AWP on Amanek. He's been working wonders with the rifle. 12 frags. He's at the top of the scoreboard right now.
Yeah, this is the thing, right, guys? Like, I know a lot of people, especially when you have the Zywus and the Simples of the world, and then, you know, where Spirits have, like, the Degsters of the world, and they pop up as well, and you're like, oh, wow, these AWPers, they're everything. Look at, like, Astralis, when they're on the T-side of certain maps, they didn't need the AWP, right? It's not a necessity on certain maps for the T-side. It is actually easier to navigate in scenarios with the AK-47, so keep it that way. This one was great. I actually thought the Hunter maybe gets the crosser on, because he has been looking on point, but more impact here from Emmy. That's good.
Here's a little, like, kind of Counter-Strike sweepstakes or whatever. Like, let's look into our crystal ball, Chad.
Okay, I'm looking.
With the changes that have undergone, and obviously we haven't had the most time for them to get set up and for players to adapt coming into such an important qualifier, do you suspect that the Tech 9 is, like, sleeper undervalued right now, and that with the slight weakening of the Deagle, we're going to be seeing a few more Tech 9s show up on the T side?
Ooh,
like we're going to get some 2015 throwbacks, like Tech 9 rushes and flash executes.
It'll need to come with a bit of pace, or at least a bit of pop behind it. And, well, we were talking about the T-side AWP. It's in Nico's hands, not Amanek's. But, yeah, I think that we should see it start to swing back to a bit more Tech 9 usage for sure. I don't think the CZ will be picked up in lieu of the Deagle. Yeah, so the Tech 9 would be the next one in the list.
Especially because the CZ does just look so unreliable when I've seen the pros whipping it out.
Looking a bit poppy towards A here. Everybody postured from G2, ready and raring to go. 3 mid, 2 apartments, and 4 from FPX to receive at A.
Oh, this is going to be a very, very quick round. Strap in. Jax finds Farley. Orpa neutralized. Stico pushing the issue. Emmy solid on the defense of the balcony. Needs another, and he does manage it very well on the spray. Jax and Nico alone. Nice find with his crosshair. Placed on the head of Zen. Now, they've got so much time here, and the rotate's on its way. B is completely evacuated, and Jax is looking sharp. Maiden on the hunt, and it's just suddenly become tied up. Emmy cannot challenge. They can go B, and that molly buys time for it. They know it's wide open. He's just killed 2 on the rotate. So charging over now, gallivanting to the B bomb site. They have to acknowledge that G2 could be going short side, so they're slow about this.
This is perfect. Nico can plant and then post the AWP up towards CT spawn if he's quick.
Emmy did so much, though. 2 on the balcony push. Stico caught 1 bracket, but still a 2v2 retake that doesn't favor them, and certainly not now. Nico's AWP does catch Stico. And Emmy with 15 HP in a dream, it's just not to be.
He got legged at the start of the round. And I thought that he had beaten them in the mind games, because what happened was Nico knows that he got that tag, right? So I was like, okay, well, B's a bit more susceptible. They have to play more passive. Maybe they even have to cheat a guy arch side for an early rotation. So we'll go A, because it should be weaker. Well, no, FPX gamble stacked the A site with the low HP of Emmy, and then G2 walked straight into it. But if it wasn't for Jackie Boy and his big 3 kills, G2 may have lost that one. So double digits, 10 rounds on the board. And this could be a quick one here to end the evening.
Oh.
Pick up the smoke.
Good catch from the Obs team. Emmy, you've got to spend that $300 now. Bit hard done by.
Thought he was playing prop hunt.
Those are fun.
Yeah, that was good with the Na'Vi boys of the day. They were like having a good old giggle.
Yeah, who else have we seen play? I think we watched Snappy.
Ents did play, yeah.
That was good. On Cash, no less. Because obviously with the new map being played, like, chances are they don't really know all of the props.
It's crazy how many different like fun mods that people have just made in Counter-Strike. It's wild. Wild to think. But here we go again. Guns are back out, and look, I'll level with you guys at home. We can be honest with each other. Honesty is the best policy. This is looking terrible for FPX, guys. The score's 10-2. It's a CT-sided map. This is looking abysmal. So if they bring this back, we'll be jumping for joy. But right now, it's not looking anything like it. 5 feels mandatory on this CT side.
Yeah, it does. I think this has to stop now. If FPX want to have a competitive best of 1, there you go. Nico. Caught out on his T-side AWP this time, and now to stomach the man disadvantage. G2 recovered previously from this. But that was after Jax with a showstopper. I don't know how many more of those you can count on.
Back to B, so they know it was double AWPs. They have to push Madden back, but he has a flash ready as the safety net, so even if he spots and shoots, he should be able to get away here, and time will become a problem for G2.
Now they know he was here, so flash from Nexa. Likely Maiden falls off at this, but he must have been spotted a little bit, so knife out. Jax makes no secret of his push. Oh, and Maiden will finish him off. 3 of the 5 required, but FPX a 2-man advantage. Here comes the final commit. And perfect, Emmy, boost box for the double. 2 more required from FPX for a competitive half.
Just takes double AWPs, apparently.
That's the recipe for success.
Well, they've maintained them. Madden's gotten that back in his hands here. Good for the wombo combo to pay off like this.
Madden, I keep calling him Maiden. Because Madden would require double D, wouldn't it? Madden. As opposed to made with an N at the end.
I'm Australian, mate. We don't even really speak English. I don't know what we're saying after.
I want to make sure I'm saying it right. That's all. Madden. Madden, like the NFL. Madden.
No T-side AWP now, and that makes a lot of sense. He strikes, he gets another, so that's another opener. And not from the primary AWPer. That's meant to be Farley, so 2 deployed. And now this is looking great for a 4th immediately, because the kill and the damage. Be hard to see how G2 are able to worm their way back into this one, especially with a 3-man stack over towards the B bomb site, and G2 posturing, at least in that direction right now.
I'm full, bro. I'm full.
No, I don't want... no, Mum. Mum, I've eaten. Mum.
Fullback AWPing, 101. Usually good for 1 here. It's hard to flash Maiden off of it. I did it again. Madden, hard to flash him off of this. And that's the flash required. Forces him off. He will go for a repeat if he's brave. Jax will be ready to punish. They are full committing. The utility implies as such. And nice defensive spray from Zen. All the frags present. G2 struggling just to get across this finish line at the end of this half. And 3 again. Some impactful secondary AWPing out of Madden.
Nice.
Thanks.
Nice.
Just want to prove to myself.
A+.
Ugh.
Okay, G2. You want to go into the half here with another round under your belt. You've had an absolute flyer of a first. 10 is beautiful. 11, that would be great. I don't really care how deceptive you think it is. Petter from HLTV.org says the stats don't back that myth up. In the slow-mo too, check it out. We've gone all Michael Bay on y'all. Or he just goes quicker, doesn't he? He doesn't go slower. Money is there. Hunter and Nexa can get AKs. Galil's if they want you to. So Galil will be for Nexa, Amanek, and what does Hunter want to equip right here? It'll be the AK-47 with a Molotov on his side. This is going to look like a total of 3 rounds on the trot, and it would have been 4 of the final 5 for FPX to get up to 5 rounds here.
Comeback starts here. Definitely not relenting, not giving up.
Okay, so a bit safer there. You can see they've deployed the top banana smoke. So Madden can't use that AWP to get information, and that's actually going to force things to be a little bit different because the AWP is over towards A. They have Madden over towards Arch side, Farley over towards his apartment's position, and this, I'm not sure G2 might be ready for. One of the problems that could happen here for G2 is if they do walk up in apartments and Farley gets a kill, it might spur them to Arch side, assuming there's no AWP, but Madden will be lying in wait right there. So let's see if that little micro maneuver comes in.
Yeah, Hunter's actually progressing apps as well. Good flashes to buy space, Farley undeterred, and that is a great connection. Again, the AWPs have been the answer ever since the double AWP panic button's been hit. Nico did cool off admittedly on his B entries, and now Emmy will completely shut him down. Just the one from him. Nexa wants to go and have a look.
Doesn't have a teammate.
Doesn't. It's a bit of a one-man mission here, and Emmy, oh, the supporting flash from Madden is everything. Emmy gets a freebie. And a 1v4 established for Hunter. He's been great. Top-ranked player of the tournament so far, but there's another perfect flash. No one was... Ooh, oh, they will get the info. Lovely finish. It's all about how you finish. And FPX, they make a half out of that. In the end, it was rather bleak up until it wasn't. 4 of the last 5 secured. G2 10, FPX 5. We'll be right back after the break.
Right. He saved camera. Short. Oh. You don't have to kill me. It's fine.
I'm
Close left. Pink. Pink Hunter. He's
holding me just.
Nothing, Amma.
Let's go. Take Amma. Seek Nico, I love you, bro.
Nice.
Bravo. Bravo, Nico.
FPX catch a lifeline or two towards the end of that, but G2 came in steaming hot, as did Nico. But as the dust settles and we take a look at a stock take of what that first half did entail, you can see Madden at the top of the scoreboard for FPX. And for the boys of G2, it was only the double digits reached by Jax, Hunter, and Amanek, all in the teens. See what happens here in our pistol round. The CT side now for G2. Best of one, heavy implications, and tomorrow this group is in complete disarray. Complete uncertainty. A win is important. That's pretty much what they've been told. Both teams are aware of the ramifications of losing. G2 certainly head and shoulders ahead in that race. It does look like they're planning for a little bit of a B pop. I can see 2 smokes and some flashes for Emmy to try and set them up, and it's unlikely that they'll expend too much for this banana control. And Manek was considering a rotate. Nex has come over as well.
Yeah, this is crazy. So there's obviously a bit of a read coming into all this. They've just left Jax the only man over towards that arch side spotting middle. They're not worried about an apartments play, or if they are, then I think they're hoping to play retake. But whatever spidey sense that Emmy has, it's tingling right now, because out of nowhere, FPX have just backpedaled out of banana. They walked all the way up. They're on the precipice of hitting that site. And now that bomb is going back to the only undefended part of the map. This would be genius.
Spots out the logs player. Wow, stubborn. Nico refuses to quit, but
Gonna be out of position.
they are completely out of position. And Jax doesn't have balcony info. Oh, util thrown, lots of it. So he concedes the site. They'll bounce out of the balcony. It's a great call, and they've got the site. G2 with a man advantage, a kit, a smoke. It is the perfect retake package, actually. And Nico just dropped his smoke to Nexa, so Nexa can do the whole thing himself.
Okay, well, they can wait out the utility of the T's here as well, because that's going to start to fade now. The 40 seconds of the bomb has just started. It's about to get very funky on this A side. There it is from Farley. He's through.
Oh, they all want to fight. They all want to fight, but the 2 go down. Nico with 3. Only Zen problems now. Kit recovered, and yeah, Zen, he's been found. It's going to be not too easy to find both of them. Ducking under, Nico will make it a quad. He's had 2 impactful pistol rounds. And that's going to be the 11th for G2, despite FPX with a great response, not only avoiding the B stack, they're getting into the site, a man advantage for the retake. Still not enough, and I think that 3-man long fight, it's just the fact Nico clicked so good. That's the issue. He gets 3 of them. 4 in total.
Oh, that was wild, wasn't it? Because Zen in that pit position, right? He's just the head he's to find there and picks up the USP. You can see around where bosh, and maybe FPX continue.
Look at this. Oh boy, I do love me some Tech 9s. We've got 4 of them from FPX with a boatload of util, a full investment.
They might just try and run this like a gun round with Tech 9s. Because,
I mean, you got the bomb down, right? You've fully invested into this.
Jax,
I think you meant to...
You meant to drop it to him?
Pick it up, man. Don't know why he's Russian, but...
Okay, well, they've been able to get this control now. They've deterred Banana a little bit, and they're setting up for an A hit now. And, well, these Tech 9s, if they can get into pit, if they can scurry up short, they can be very deadly. The range is good for them.
Here they come. They're going to scurry on through. That nade looks promising. Emmy swallows it.
Oh,
Amanek struggling.
wild.
Yeah, Hunter's MP9 is perfectly cut out for the task, though, in the last 2. Ooh, Stiko just gets his feet on the ground for the frag. Zen tries his luck, falls flat. And I think so will FPX. 12-5. You've just fully invested, so call it 13-5. And G2 would have to really, really flip the script and forget how to play Counter-Strike if they were going to let that one go.
It's been done before. It could be done again.
Mm-hmm.
Is Mr. Ocelot standing by and watching? I think I might do what Jax is doing from now. Oh, it's a hero AK. Hold up a second. We actually have something to sink our teeth into here. Deeks and this AK. So, all attention, all eyes on the big man himself. Madden has some aim on him here. Just like Nico and Hunter, actually. Very crispy on this AK. So early in the round like this, you want to wait out the util, and FPX are doing exactly that. As soon as this subsides, it can actually be an even aim duel, and I'm not sure how ready G2 would be for an AK in the mix. Deep flash down Banana. Nothing shot so far. You can see there's still 30 and 90 in reserve. Oh, what's going to be spotted just here? Needs to be careful. Speculative shots through. Nico dances back in towards that B bomb site.
He's so resistant. He doesn't want to be dropping his smoke early. He knows he could practically win the round if he holds on to it for another couple of seconds. And no, just drop it now. So they have about 30 or 25 or so to get through that.
It's just about finding a pick for Madden. And as soon as this smoke fades, then he can have a fight, right? He can go for a fight. So this is going to be, it will be B.
Yeah. And only Hunter's here to support his cousin. So we've got Flash on Hunter. Could come into the pool. 25 on the clock. They got to go now. Oh, and no smoke. Hunter's just laughing at him. That's the AK, though. Element of surprise. Puts it in the feed. Now they've got the sight. Things shape up nicely here with FPX. The shots hit. Patience prevails. Now just need to tuck in. Some deep positions taken. They do set up in a nice little two-man construction site play.
I mean, I can flash this, but will he?
Perfect. They both strike at the same time, and that has to be cleared out now. The AK doing everything it needs to. Only Amanek remains, and FPX do turn things around into the third. Converted.
I felt like there should have been no issue right there for G2, right? But that AK, that one AK, and just walking on in. Hunter gets 2 kills before they can even react, right? Just from CT spawn, not smoked, backs turned, 1 and 2, and we actually catch that one for you in the replay, right? You get to see how simple it actually is. Neither of them really looking his direction, and then the fight isolated. That's great. I think the follow-up, I think it was Zen with the deagle kill onto Nico on the site, was that difference maker. And well, guess who's down to the eco? It's just going to be a light upgrade here from G2. They don't want to contest things in the same way. They know that they're only 4 rounds away here from picking things up and converting this map win, so they'll go the conservative approach. Their guns will come out in the next. And that means FPX can extend play. Not if Nico has anything to say. Emmy cops a deagle shot. We've seen this one before. He'll just do it on his own. Don't worry about it, boys.
Good read out of Farley there. Puts one into the half wall. Problem solved.
I wonder what's been the go with Nexa recently, right? Like back in the day, he used to be quite the handy fragger. I just feel like, obviously we know the excuse of being an in-game leader and not getting kills has gone out of fashion. Right? We can't use that one anymore, but it just feels like every time I tune into a game, Nexa seems to be really up struggle street. Did have a good game against Aura, but they won that match 16-1.
Yeah, no, I mean, especially, yeah, his crazy days, he was like the fragging in-game leader. We were talking about him as kind of, you know, setting the new standard, etc., etc.
He was very mobile, you know. When I like what Nex is doing, it's when he's able to get in the right position and get you that unraveling 2K as they try and enter into a bomb site. But I know things have changed around a lot over there. And I know he jokes about, you know, Nico taking over the in-game leadership and kicking him out of the team, but if he steps up to the Nexa that we remember, then it becomes a whole different project over here for G2. Now, I do hear a little bit of typing, but they're just saying some nice words and language I don't understand to each other.
Yeah.
One will go off. 7 now in that extended play. For how much longer here? Seems like we had quite a few one-sided games today. So we had Ents with the upset victory over Vitality. We had Astralis taking care of business against Complexity. That was our closest of the day, actually, right down to the wire there, but it was a very slow game. If you want to watch that one, make sure you got a bunch of time on your side. Those rounds were almost always coming down to the final, 15, 20 seconds. The one before this as well, it started kind of competitive. Fnatic were actually up 7-3, and I think they lost the game 16-7. So, yeah, one-sided games. It'd be nice to get a bit of an Inferno banger for the final map of the night.
Yeah, so I would certainly not be complaining. Good to see G2 put through their paces. That nade's got Farley's name on it. Both of them did, down to 37. In eyes with Zen, but I'm intrigued to see how this two-man setup on B does defend themselves. So they've lost full top banana control. That's the retake utility immediately, and they counter it with a molly of their own. So there will be no CTs able to answer the questions of just how many are there. This might be the go sign. It's again, G2 with just a two-man hold.
Oh, they've just crept on through, and Hunter flashing mid, so it's information wars right here.
It is, and Amanek's floating back. That AWP in play now, so we'll get to see him on the Zoom banger. He smokes off for now. It's up to Nexa, who might want to get flashed in. They're coming in. Nico to take first contact. Only the one. Amanek's the one to take it. Oh, Nico cannot get out of there. Perfect flash. Nexa's got to look up. Doesn't check his Z-axis. Madden does provide 3-on-3. And that bomb's going down. There's nothing to stop him unless Amanek can hit that coffin wallbang. It's a bit late to it.
Hard retake here.
Very hard retake. And Jax is only just leaving A now.
Yeah, like Hunter does have a kit for this. There's a molly on Jax that they could get towards that new box, but...
Oh, a bit premature on the shot. The barrel. Amanek pulls the trigger, and now they know where he's coming from. Hunter's going to join him. Molly, actually perfect. Jax has thrown that out, forces him wide. No one's there to punish, and Hunter's just caught slipping. Nice from Jax, but only the one. And Farley so tagged, but they just don't have time for it. Amanek trying to keep hold of his AWP. Bang. Might not get away with this, you know. Farley's certainly losing his.
Jeez, Farley will go down. Amanek does survive, but regardless, starting to mount a bit of a comeback here.
Yeah, it's starting to look real.
Might be a turning point round or two here. Now, that is a really big one to win because there was a three-man B stack. What more do you need, right? I know that Amanek gets that opening kill through the smoke here. You can see it getting robbed away from him from Nico's POV, but it feels like you have to do more when you have that bomb site stacked on off, playing two in the site, only able to get 2 kills on the way on in. Bit of frustration from Zen there. They do manage to pick up the rounds, and what should be another conversion. Amanek saved AWP. The only real issue, we'll pair that with the Nico Deagle, which seems to hit every single time. And there it is, Amanek. That's a quick one. You don't often turn to him for a shot like that, but Farley hits the deck, and the reposition right now was almost perfect.
Yeah. And Jack's quick to pick it up, so they're not as unthreatening as they could have been. Now they are. Zen stops that. Hunter does retrieve. They're coming into A, so at least Hunter's got something to work with. It's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. He actually is on the wrong side of that Moto smoke, leaving Nexa up against the entire squad. 4 of them closing and bearing down on his location. And it's enabled him to... Oh my God, Nexa! He takes 2, just hiding in the mini pit, leaves Madden in the 1v2. J2 turning this around with just the saved AWP. Nico's down, Madden faked it out. And Hunter crawling straight in. What a read from Madden. He saves FPX, wipes the sweat from their brow, because FPX, that could have been a disaster. Nexa does so much with just the P250, but unable to convert.
Well, I think the reason they thought it might have been clear was because they killed Amanek, then they killed Jax, and they knew that Hunter was over towards that arch side, so 3 players on A, right? Assuming it's clear when it's not. Open with an absolute screamer there from Amanek. The trade was great. That was a really good reactive one, and it feels like at this point, the round should be done. But here we go again, deep mid-smoke. We love this out of G2. Going to follow that with a nade of their own all the way onto the toes of Madden, chipped on down to 71, and back in at FPX. The importance of this game cannot be stressed enough. Both teams requiring a minimum of an 11th place finish to qualify for the major. And with 4 teams in the group, Big, Mouse, FPX, and G2 all wanting that at least 11th slot.
Yeah.
Someone's going to be going home in tears. This was with the pistol, if everybody forgets. And then they even dispelled the force by G2. That's where their 2 rounds so far have come from on this CT half. And then they lost to the Madden Hero AK. So how quickly the tides can turn. Back towards Banana, back towards Nico's domain.
And he's really on his own. Completely on his own. He has to do something quite special here. And yeah, the first head found. Draw, dinks another. Oh, and takes down Emmy. Nico now has some emotional support and a flash from Nexa. They know he's close. The flash implied it, but he's going for a pretty cheeky one, and he'll catch anyone that disrespects this smoke. Stico considering it. Nexa's in a prime position to punish. Oh, good read. And FPX now left all onto Farley. Fires off his shot. They know he was committed to Banana as well. Hunter's here to lock the door behind him. Elevated position. It'd be hard for him to snap in. And that's the 13th found by G2, courtesy of Nico. He really was isolated on his own. If he went down on that first fight, the B site's lost, Nexus late on the rotate, they're smoked off, they're saving. It's a different story, but Nico does so much with that.
Yeah, Nico doing some Madden cosplay right there up in the sandbags. We saw he loved that position in that first half.
But I mean, FPX have got a real treat in Madden, haven't they? They really got a diamond in the rough.
What about Madden to G2?
Madden to G2. I mean, he's a secondary AWP. He's a fragger.
Doesn't really make any sense. But,
No, it doesn't.
but it's a thought.
I was just entertaining it.
Thank you. All right, well, I think we see the ramifications of that 1-on-2 situation Madden had to clutch out before come home to roost very quickly for FPX. Farley down to a Tech 9, a Deagle for Emmy, rifles for the rest, and a light smattering of utility here going up against the purchase of G2. But Nico's actually opted for an SMG, so I don't think he'll be pulling off the same heroics as he just had just gone. He's fast on Banana. He's going down here, Alex. I don't think he's ready for the gunny. He's not.
He wasn't expecting that at all, and immediately they decided it's better off not hard committing to the fight. I say that as Nexus is still confirming no one's aggressive. Oh, there you have Banana control.
For now.
For now. Yeah, all it would take is Emmy to line up some flashbangs as the smoke fades. Maiden.
They're gamble stacking, Alex.
Yeah, well, they're sending Amanek to solo B. Oh, he's got some hops on him.
If he gets smoked off, I think they'll save. No joke. No cap, as the kids are saying these days.
No hat. Well, they smoked off coffins. Amanek can't believe his luck. Still has the info. Flashed off. They will be using an incendiary. I think they're very light on smokes. So they're coming back to A, which is where the three-man stack lies.
Problems.
Yeah, 40 seconds. Emmy going to be the scout. Flash is great. Oh, he takes one. Zen gone. Emmy kept it level for a second. Now 3-on-3. Nexa needs this. Oof, dinked in the process. But he's found the frags necessary. Looks like 14 is a certainty. Stico just doesn't have the health for this. Yeah, Nexa confirms it by taking what little remained. 14 to FPX's 9. G2 have responded with 2 in succession. 2K in the bank account for FPX. So this is where things really do get bleak in terms of decision making. Do you have to run around like we saw in the previous Nuke game and accept that you're playing for OT?
That was at 14-14. Complexity.
Ooh, they don't do it.
Swallow the bitter pill here, and yeah, fighting for it. FPX realized how difficult it's going to be to win 6 consecutive rounds just to take them to 15. So they want to fight. They want to give it all she's got, Captain. Banana control with a sandbag. And top Banana molly immediately negated by kind of shallow.
Like log smoke, it was a different one.
3/4 jeans.
Oh man, I got bullied for my 3/4 length trousers in PE. They kept calling them 7/8s.
Oh, they're in.
Yeah, Nico, with only the one, damn, Madden makes it work. And Nex is going to have to hit the smoke panic button and use that to keep them guessing. It'll take them a bit longer to clear him out. And that's a nice one on the M4, but there's Madden again. He's doing so much work for FPX. He will not quit. He will not surrender. 26 frags for Madden, 130 ADR. And now he's made a round out of this. They get into the site. Hunter v Madden, he's been loud about his mantle. His shadow does bait him out. Great pre-fire. Madden with 3. They're thinking about the save. It's not a retake that favors them in any regard.
Hasn't taken any damage. He's got all 3 kills this round. He's secured the round.
What a god.
Double digits. Hasn't taken a lick of damage.
Just every time we think FPX are down and out, just like as we did before when we were talking about that, what was supposed to just be a non-hero-y AK round and Madden won it. Does lose his life in the end. Which actually does have some degree of ramifications. You can see it's going to be light on something.
That's one of the problems, right? When you are in this situation here where you don't have any residual cash, and even if you win the round and you lose a lot of players like this, it's still hard to make the buy work. So there will be sacrifices again. The Galil's in lieu of the AKs most likely here. Yeah, Nico really needing that second, but Madden, we get it from his POV. Quick to that Tech 9 that you were highlighting earlier. Picks up the M4, gets the second on the side, and well, Bob's your uncle. We'll call that one done. Save guns, have some light investments around them here, but G2 are doing this the hard way, or at least Madden's forcing them to do exactly that. Oh, bullet rings on out. They know it's top mid.
You're brave. You're so brave. Amanek gets away with murder. And that's what you want to see. Hunter not expecting a second in the bedroom. Could be the double for Stiko. No one looking the right way. They're on the retreat. He does get away. Such an opportunity gone awry there. And now progressing up for the A finish.
Bit of a gap though here, Alex.
G2 are all here. There's 4 of them here. As I say that, Amanek starts to vacate.
I don't know if they're ready for this. Oh, well, they are now.
They are now. Lurky smoke. Madden coming up short. Crossfire. Hard to break. Very hard to break.
Don't have a molly for Pit. They're in strife.
And that's the first for Jax in that pit position. They're running out of options now. Madden will have to find a way in. Stiko still hasn't left the balcony. The smoke indicating that. Exactly where he's coming from. Jax not going to give him the fight he's waiting for. Oof, does strike. And there's 15 for G2. Started so well. I mean, they really plied those very limited rifles they had in all the right places. Amanek getting pushy. And the rest falls into place.
Look at the problems here, the back and forth nature, the last timeout call for FPX now. And when you go back and you look at these low buy scenario rounds that they've lost so far in this game, they're going to be kicking themselves. In that first half, Nico had that screamer with the Deagle, those 2 big kills. I think they got into the B site and converted off of him.
Yeah.
Here losing to this one here against what was just some save guns and some thrown together pistols with light util. It's never easy, but these are the type of rounds in a best of 1 that you need to be converting. And almost pulling his hair out there is Emmy. Frustrating scenes.
Yeah, brutal loss.
Yeah, calm over there in G2. They know just 1 more now to take care of business. They've gotten the AK-47 in the hands of the start. Thank Zen for that one. He's dropped that one across. He had 3K. He was the only one with cash to splash right now. And there's only 2 players with any form of armor for FPX going into round 26. This is going to be a difficult round to win. It has to be the Madden show one more time.
I mean, he's the highest fragger in the server, Chad, in a potential 16-10 loss. Absolute golden nugget is Madden.
He's been entry fragging as well. It's not like he's getting exit kills. You know, it's not like some of these AWPers you see who are saving it and they're getting like 2 or 3 kills on the way out the door. This guy's been breaking his way in, winning rounds, clutching, doing it all.
Oh, Nexa confirms there is a party to be had here. Molly does force them back through those smokes. A nice safe haven for them. And they've still got more utility where that came from. 2 smokes remain for G2, and they continue to force the issue here. FPX want to finish B. They want to at least try and take the fight here, try and find a way in.
They've won a round like this before with the AK, right? They just walked in late with the AK and the Deagles and then convert the first. Deagle followed up for the second, and they were in. Cheating over right now. Hunter's coming to the rescue.
This could be all she wrote. FPX counting on Madden here, the armored AK. As it fades is the go sign. They smoke off CT. They are boosted though. And here they come. Under. No, Nico tracks him. Madden's gone. Problems now, only 2 remain. It looks all good in the G2 hood. Zen's Deagle up against the entire G2 squad. And Hunter's not having any of it. There you have it, the Samurai Slay. FPX taken down a peg, and that's exactly what G2 came here in the server tonight to collect. And it will all be determined tomorrow. It's going to be brutal, it's going to be mayhem, but this group's still up in the air.